Good morning, everyone. In today's lecture, we're going to look at some items from the past that archaeologists have found which have left everyone wondering, what on earth was it? Let's get started. For our first item, we go to Costa Rica, a small country in Central America. There, you'll find around 300 stone bulls. They range in size from 6 or 7 centimeters to over 1.8 meters in diameter and weigh up to 14 metric tons. Researchers assume that each bull was made by shaping a block of stone into a bull with a heavy tool. The shape was made perfect by polishing the stones with sand. Experts think the stones must have been created by the Tequis people. They were a sophisticated civilization that lived in the era between 300 CE and 1550 CE. In other words, this civilization existed before Spanish settlers arrived in Costa Rica. The stones were discovered in the 1930s, when the land was cleared for growing bananas. Now, they are a national symbol of Costa Rica. But what were they? No one really knows. But researchers suggest they might have led the way toward the house of a leader. Some researchers suggest that the position of the stones represented the sun, moon, and planets. I've actually visited the site, and I'm pretty sure this is correct. Next, we travel to Egypt, and here we find the Saqqara bird. If you look at the picture, you can see that this is a small wooden bird. Researchers discovered it in 1898. What was it used for? Some suggest it might have been a child's toy. Others think it might have been used to predict the weather. And others wonder whether it was used to hunt water birds. Some experts claim that the shape and structure of the bird show that the ancient Egyptians understood how flight works. And some even believe that the early Egyptians might have constructed simple airplanes. As you can imagine, this theory is controversial, and most experts reject this idea. I'm certain they're right, and I believe that the bird was some kind of toy. But let's move on. Our journey around the world takes us next to Baghdad, the capital city of Iraq. Iraq is an ancient country once known as Mesopotamia, and it is well known as the home of some of the world's earliest civilizations. Many interesting objects have been found in the Baghdad area, but perhaps the most mysterious is the Baghdad battery. Now, you all use batteries to power your computer or your phone. But did you know the earliest one is about 2,000 years old? The Baghdad battery was discovered in 1936. It's a small jar made of clay or earth, and if you look closely, you'll see that it held a metal rod. One of the first scientists to examine the item concluded that it was an ancient battery, and when scientists made copies of it, they were able to produce small amounts of electricity. But here's the big question. Why did an ancient civilization need batteries? This has led scientists to think the battery might have been something different. Perhaps a tool used in medicine. It might be a long time before we find the answer to this puzzle. Though only one of these batteries has ever been found, I wonder if there are more of them still buried in the desert. We can guess, but at the moment, we just don't know. Finally, let me tell you about an item that has many versions, and these have been found all across Europe. These are the Roman dodecahedra. Now, as you might have learned in math class, a dodecahedron is a shape with 12 sides. Take a look at the photo. As you can see, these are 12-sided balls with holes in each side. About 120 of them have been found, ranging in size from 2.5 centimeters to about 10 centimeters. Some of them are covered in symbols. but no one is really sure what these symbols represent. Scientists have several theories about what these items were. Farmers might have used them to hold seeds. The holes would tell the farmers how many seeds to plant. They might have been part of a game, fishing tools, musical instruments, or children's toys. Or, quite simply, they might have been decorative items, perhaps candle holders. One interesting thing to note is that similar items have been discovered along the Silk Road in Asia. I think there might be some kind of connection, perhaps through trade, but at the moment, we don't know. I wish our ancestors had left better information about their possessions. We might all be wiser today.